life is all about inspiration. There's no doubt about that. What you see around here relative to Ice District in this arena is all about inspiration. And I don't think...
What if I told you that behind Alberta's booming economy, there's a secret inner circle pulling the strings, billionaires so powerful they could change the course of an entire nation? These ultra-rich elites aren't just sitting on wealth, they're influencing industries, swaying government policies, and secretly controlling the future of Canada's energy empire. Today, we're exposing the hidden players hiding in plain sight, the true rulers of Alberta's economy and perhaps Canada itself. Buckle up. What you're about to hear will change everything you thought you knew about power, wealth, and influence. Let's dive in. The common stereotype: oil barons in cowboy hats. When most people think of billionaires in Alberta, a vivid image often springs to mind. A rugged oil patch tycoon, perhaps in a crisp white shirt, cowboy hat tilted back, standing amidst rigs and pipelines, counting barrels of crude oil with a satisfied smirk. This cinematic stereotype has shaped the narrative of Alberta's wealth for decades, reinforcing the image of black gold fueling fortunes and dynasties. The province's identity is inextricably linked to oil and gas, and its richest figures are often portrayed as rugged entrepreneurs riding the wave of the energy boom. But this stereotypical image tells only part of the story. The reality of Alberta's economic titans is far more nuanced, diverse, and strategic. The true wealthiest individual in Alberta today is not necessarily someone living in Calgary or Edmonton donning oilfield gear, but often a shrewd investor or entrepreneur, operating behind the scenes, sometimes in entirely different industries. The surprising top spot: a pharmacy empire and a hockey team. The spotlight shifts to Edmonton, about 300 kilometers north of Calgary, the city that's often overshadowed by its southern neighbor in the public imagination. Here resides the true giant of Alberta's wealth scene, Daryl Katz. His story is a masterclass in diversification, strategic investment, and influence building. Katz's empire began modestly, with a single pharmacy in a strip mall. From that humble start, he built Rexall into Canada's second-largest drugstore chain, culminating in a $3 billion sale to McKesson. But rather than retire, Katz pivoted into real estate, transforming Edmonton's downtown with the iconic Ice District, an ambitious development project centered around Rogers Place Arena, home of the Edmonton Oilers. This mega project, a blend of sports, entertainment, and urban revitalization, exemplifies Katz's ability to leverage private capital to influence public infrastructure and city development. His net worth is estimated at around 6.1 billion Canadian dollars, making him the richest person in Alberta by a wide margin. His wealth isn't just stored in bank accounts. It's embedded in urban landscapes, sports franchises, and strategic partnerships with government entities. Katz exemplifies how modern billionaires are architects of their cities, using their wealth to shape urban renewal and economic growth. The traditional oil titans, old money with new strategies. While Katz's story is remarkable, Alberta's economic elite still includes the old guard, families, and entrepreneurs whose fortunes were built during the oil booms of the 20th century. Among them are the Southern family, heirs of Ron Southern, founder of ATCO, with a net worth estimated at 2.3 billion Canadian dollars. Their wealth is rooted in infrastructure and utilities, power lines, pipelines, modular buildings, and the like that are fundamental to Alberta's economy. The Southerns have maintained control through clever corporate structures like dual-class shares, allowing them to steer the company's strategic direction. Despite its public status, their influence extends into renewable energy ventures, microgrids, and international markets, demonstrating how legacy wealth can adapt and remain relevant amid shifting energy landscapes. The modern energy innovators, new players, new strategies. Alberta's energy sector is no longer solely the domain of traditional oil families. A new wave of entrepreneurs and investors is reshaping the province's economic fabric through innovative strategies and diversification. Take Adam Walteris, for example. A former investment banker, Walteris has quietly built one of Canada's largest independent oil producers, Strathcona, resources through savvy countercyclical acquisitions. His approach involves buying distressed assets when prices plummet, then turning them around with tech-driven efficiencies and lean management. His estimated net worth hovers around 2.5 billion Canadian dollars, and his influence extends into policy discussions on energy transition and carbon capture, exemplifying a new breed of oil. Magnate, financial engineers shaping Alberta's energy future. The political powerhouses, influence beyond wealth. These billionaires do more than just amass fortunes. They wield significant political influence. Their investments, donations, and strategic partnerships shape policy decisions, infrastructure projects, and even public sentiment. N. Murray Edwards, with a net worth of approximately 2.7 billion Canadian dollars, is one of Alberta's most influential energy magnates. Co-founder of Canadian Natural Resources Limited, CNRL, Edwards has served as an advisor to prime ministers and is deeply involved in major policy debates on resource development. His ownership of the Calgary Flames also serves as a civic platform, giving him sway over community and city decisions, especially around public funding for sports, arenas, and urban projects. Edwards exemplifies how economic power translates into political clout, organizing fundraisers, donating millions to educational institutions, and influencing public debate, all while maintaining a low profile. The new king, Daryl Katz. Topping the list is Daryl Katz by a considerable margin. His net worth, estimated at 6.1 billion Canadian dollars, dwarfs others and reflects a different approach to wealth. Accumulation. From a single pharmacy, he became a retail giant, then used his capital to influence urban development and public-private partnerships. Katz's crowning achievement is the Ice District in Edmonton, a sprawling 25-acre complex that includes Rogers Place Arena, retail, residential, and entertainment spaces. The project involved complex negotiations with city and provincial governments with significant public funds and concessions, demonstrating Katz's mastery of leveraging private wealth into public infrastructure. His strategy underscores a vital lesson. In Alberta, the biggest fortunes are increasingly tied to assets and projects that connect private capital with public infrastructure, urban revitalization, sports arenas, and large-scale real estate developments, rather than solely traditional oil and gas assets. What do these fortunes say about Alberta today? The top 5 wealthiest individuals and families in Alberta embody the evolving economic landscape of the province. Old energy money, oil and gas, dynasties still hold significant sway, but the story is shifting toward diversification, innovation, and strategic influence. The legacy oil families, like the Southerns, remain powerful, controlling critical infrastructure and influencing policy through their established networks. Their wealth sustains their influence, but they are increasingly adapting to renewable energy trends and technological disruptions. Modern entrepreneurs and investors, like Katz and Walteris, are shaping Alberta's future by integrating private capital with public infrastructure and policy. Their fortunes are built on urban development, real estate, sports, and technology, areas that provide new avenues for influence and wealth creation. Political influence is a common thread. These billionaires use their wealth to shape policy, direct public spending, and sway public opinion, sometimes quietly, sometimes quite overtly. Their involvement in politics, philanthropy, and civic projects underscores how wealth in Alberta isn't just about individual prosperity, but about shaping the very fabric of the province. The true story of Alberta's billionaires reveals a dynamic, evolving landscape. It's a story of old money adapting to new realities, of entrepreneurs leveraging private capital to influence public projects, and of a province where wealth and power are inextricably linked. As Alberta continues to navigate the challenges of energy transition, economic diversification, and global market shifts, these individuals and families will undoubtedly remain at the forefront, shaping policies, influencing markets, and building the future of Canada's energy heartland. In the end, these fortunes are more than just numbers. They are the engines of Alberta's past, present, and future. They remind us that behind every statistic is a story of ambition, strategy, and influence. power that quietly shapes the lives of every Albertan.